Welcome to the Pink Lady Posse podcast, Women Who Refuse to Disappear. You are either creating your life or living one you inherited. Friction management. It matters because breakthrough is your way out of drift. See the drag? Return to say. Let's go. Okay. I am Sandy Parker Martinez with Pink Lady Posse podcast for women who refuse to disappear. Instead of fading out, we have a say in how our life goes. And I am here with someone that is really a sage to me that doesn't know it. And this is it's Cheri Stockton.
Yes.
And now here's what I love. Her title is Chief Technical Therapist. With, I'm going to add a specialty in systems, but that's only because
operations. Yeah.
I know she knows how. So we're going to start out. I'm going to give you a little teeny story. I'm driving down 35, going to see my friends in Austin, and my gas light comes on. You need gas. Mm-hmm. At first I go, oh, did I not get gas before I left? Burr, 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 you know. And then I shifted to, man, I'm so glad my car has a gas light meter so I don't run out of gas on 35. So it was a perspective shift from bad news icon to, oh, I am so thankful. Because once I can detect it, I can make a choice. I'm not at the effect of running out of gas. So what I love is teaching people about friction. Because just like the gas light, when you see it, you're not going to run out of gas without choice.
Right.
Now, that's a big old explanation about friction. But I have to say, when I look at my desktop and I have 45 windows open, I'm just going to say that's friction, right? It doesn't mean anything about me. It's not like the gaslight said, what a loser. It's a gaslight.
Well, so it depends, girlfriend, because I'm looking at my browser on my other monitor over here and I have at least 20 tabs open.
Okay, for you, that may not be friction. For me, it's overwhelm. And you know what? Overwhelm is friction.
It is. It is.
Now, what if those...
Because it stops you. It isn't even friction. It's a freaking brake, right? You slam on the brakes and those brake, you know, that's it is a severe version of friction, but yeah, 100% overwhelm is that.
Well, I remember reaching out to you the first time, and I was definitely in overwhelm and definitely in friction. If I could have said, Cheri, I'm in friction about this class that I may or may not want to take. And when I was talking to Suzanne Taylor, we have the same phenomenon in how many classes do I need to take before I realize that perfection is really avoidance. I'd rather take a class.
I never thought of it that way. That's really interesting perspective to say that perfection is avoidance.
I'd rather take a class than put anything in place. And I saw you on your podcast saying, if it's not making your decisions easier, it may not be needed.
Probably, yeah. It probably isn't needed. It's so interesting too, because I think what happens, like I was telling you earlier, is people get excited because somebody's talking about something that they're sort of maybe even on the fringe of being interested in, but because the person that they're talking to is someone that they respect or that they want to learn from, that they're like, oh, well, I need this too. And they end up with stuff that they don't need. You know, it's like I say it a lot, is that if you have something that is working for you in the way that you use it, then you don't need anything else. It's when something stops working for you, that's when you start looking for something else. If you have a, here's what happens too is like people are saying, well, I need to grow my business, so I need a new tool. Do you? Do you need a new tool or do you just need an action that will bring you more business, like better marketing? Does a tool give you better marketing?
Or
Maybe,
make a phone
but
call.
probably not, right? Yeah.
Yeah, I love
Get a
what you said
person.
about it just puts lipstick on a pig. You said something like,
Oh, I did say that.
I love that. Explain that to me because it's so cute.
I said, I think I said it a couple of days ago, that if you are, uh, if you have a system and you're trying to organize things and you don't have a plan for the organization, you're just organizing chaos, and it's not, that's not organization. It's basically the same thing as putting lipstick on a pig. A pig is still a pig even with lipstick on it. So you have to have a plan and define your outcomes and work to the outcome, not to just get something off of your plate, right?
Well, and I think there is, so I'm over here just seeing friction everywhere because I study it,
Yeah.
but I think there's identity friction. Like, I
Mm.
want to be like Molly Mahoney, right? I want to be Austin. I want to be like, but I'm
Why do
me.
you want to be them and not just an amazing person like you are?
Well, isn't that
You
a
don't
good
need to leave.
question?
You don't need to be like them. Maybe you want to generate as much excitement as they do, but you can do that just by being you. You don't have to be them.
Well, isn't that interesting?
Mm-hmm. It is.
How many people are buying software programs because we want to be like those people selling them?
Yeah.
Just
Well,
saying.
yeah. I mean, it's there's so much to say about it, really,
I
when we
know.
think about it, right? It's like hard to narrow down because there's a lot of pieces there.
Well, let me help
One
you with
is
one you said.
okay, okay,
The shiny object syndrome is what you're
mm,
alluding to,
yep,
which
yep,
is, and I have to say, I'm in the world of women 50 plus refusing to disappear.
yep,
You're in the world of AI with all the leaders, and something comes out every 5 minutes. I mean, that world is full of chaos and clutter until
yeah,
it matters to you, right? Say something about
yeah,
that.
yeah. You know what's interesting is I appreciate that you think that I'm in uh at that level, uh, but I am not. And the reason why I am not in that, let's try every new tool, is because I need to represent what I teach people. I don't want to be that person who says, do what I say and not what I do. So I
Mm.
have worked really hard to shy away from the shiny object syndrome and trying everything because I don't have to. What I do when I'm working with a client is find out, what are you using? Are you using something I'm using? Like I use GHL for a lot of my activities. So a lot of people are using GHL, so we can talk to GHL. But I worked with a client who was using a different software system. Oh, I forget what it is now, but it was something different. It was similar, but it was different. So what happened is I learned their software to work with them, right? So I didn't just say, well, somebody's going to use this software, so I'm going to go learn it. No, I didn't learn it until I needed it, and that is the key
Okay, let me just
to
reframe that.
yeah.
I didn't learn it until I needed it.
Mm-hmm.
What
Yep.
if we lived that way? How much friction would we reduce?
Yeah. Well, and the thing to realize too is understanding when you need it, right? Because I think a lot of people think, well, I need this, so I need to learn it right now. It's like, well, but what do you need to learn it right now? what about this other stuff that you're doing? One of the other people that I work with was trying to do. He has this large thing that he wants to release, and he keeps delaying releasing this large thing. And then we'll have a conversation. And he goes, "Yeah, and I'm trying to build this new blah blah blah." And I'm saying, "What? But what about this big thing that you're trying to release?" It's like we lose our focus and we end up going down all these different routes, and that's the ADHD thing, right? Is like we lose focus if it's not interesting. It's like forcing yourself to be interested enough to meet your goal. It's like, how important is this goal to you? If this goal is really important, then it needs your attention. If your goal changes, it changes. I mean, who the hell has the same goals forever, right?
Well, what is that shiny object syndrome? What is that? Is it, we just said perfection can be avoidance.
Yep.
I have a girlfriend that has a beautiful app,
Mm.
has it for 6 months and hasn't made a phone call yet. Because she's avoiding making a phone call. She'd rather work on the app a little more.
Is she afraid of it? What's she afraid of? That's
I
the
don't know.
question. Is like, what is stopping you from releasing it? One of the things that I'll tell you, because I was a product manager for um, a large uh, telephony company. Uh, and one of the challenges was user experience.
It's so important.
Right. It is crucial. So if your reluctance to release is tied to the fact that the user experience isn't perfect, then what I say is, at what point is it good enough? They call it a minimal viable product, an MVP. The best way to do it is write down on a piece of paper. Yeah, you could type it or whatever. I'm a person that if I write it down, I'll remember it better
Me
than if I
too.
type it somewhere. So write down what is good enough, and and make that your line in the sand, and stop saying, well, and we could do this and we could do this and we could. You can do that. You can totally do that, but don't let it keep you from that line in the sand that you created. Move forward with that. And it isn't just apps you could do that for, it's any kind of goal. This is my goal. I have this goal. This is the goal that is meaningful to me in this moment. Write it down. I have a whiteboard in front of me. You guys can't see it because it's on the other side, but I write stuff on that I can see over the top of my monitor so that I can focus my energy on that goal, because that goal, like, I would love to make, I don't know, $30,000 a month. Some of these people say crazy numbers. That's a crazy number to me. It may not be to other people,
Crazy.
but it's crazy to me. So I have that goal. So what I do when I'm getting distracted is my eye line gets focused up there, and I'm like, yeah, I need to focus on that instead of doom scrolling on Facebook or Instagram or LinkedIn or wherever, right? So
Well,
that's kind of what it's kind of the long story. I gave you the long version of a short story.
hey, you know what? It's what we live.
Quick question. Have you noticed how easy it is to drift through this season of life? Not unhappy, just slightly checked out. Yeah, that. At Think Pink, we don't fix women. We help them come alive again. Honest conversation. Easy occasions for discovery. No duct taping a smile over burnout. No reinvent your entire life by Tuesday. Just people who care and gentle nudges that help you feel like yourself again. I mean, the truth is, you can't be your best self by yourself. If that sentence made something in you nod, we made a free Think Pink starter gift just for you. Come take a look. No fixing, just connection. Go to pinkladyposse.com and click on Think Pink. Stay awake to your own life and not alone.
Mm-hmm.
You were saying, we got to prepare. I said, let's just be humans because really we're the
Yeah.
human being in this world, right?
Yeah.
I did a thing the other day and I told someone I'm writing a book about friction and how it relieves. When you detect friction, you go, oh, it's friction. That doesn't mean anything about me.
Yeah.
It's relief. It's like,
Hmm.
cool. I shouldn't
It's
take it on
outside
my,
of you. It's
it,
outside of you,
yeah,
right?
well, there's three kinds. Curbs are outside,
Right.
wobbles are on inside,
Okay.
and grinders will take you down over a long road, right?
Got it.
In my TED talk, I said, I feel like I went backstage in a life I used to star in.
I like that
Like I
analogy.
was
That's
just
good.
ground down over time. But if you can see it wherever it is, you're not at the effect of it.
Yeah.
So when I
It's
called you and I said,
wow.
hey, will you help me make a custom GPT? You're like, do you need a GPT? I'm like, well, everybody has one.
Hmm.
And you were like, do you really need it? And I went, uh, maybe not. Maybe
I
I'll
and
write a book.
it's so funny too because people feel like it's a negative thing when I ask questions, but it is not about that. It's just if you are going to put your effort into something, I just want to make sure that it's worth it, that it's really something that you need. If you need it, let's jump in with both feet, right? But if you don't need it, let's just take that half a second to think, well, do I really need it? Do I really need it? If I do, then great. Let's do it. Let's make the best custom GPT we can make for accomplishing your goal. Otherwise, let's go do something else.
Not only
What
that,
is
I would add, if you don't, it's friction,
right,
detect it, and return to what matters.
right.
Because so much is running. Now, this is funny. I had dinner with my husband the other day. He already has a doctorate in some sort of thing. He goes, did I tell you I'm, did I tell you I'm starting a new doctor program? I'm like, why? You're 65 years old. You're already an expert in what you're doing. What is that going to bring you? And he
Satisfaction.
said, well, I think I'm still making up for who I wasn't when I was 8 years old.
Wow. Wow.
That is what you call identity friction. I'm going
Wow.
to be 70 in April 17th.
Look at you, Cougar,
Oh, I know.
with your younger husband.
I know. And what I'm doing for my birthday is giving away the first three chapters of my book.
That's amazing.
I don't need to make the money off the book. I want every human to know that when I got 45 tabs open, uh, it's friction. And there is such a thing as bandwidth and capacity.
Yep.
What
Yeah,
percentage? My
exactly.
husband hates it when I do this 1 to 10, but on a 1 to 10, how many people that you see all the time are running at a bandwidth or capacity over which they can really manage?
Oh, everyone, because that's why they're talking to me, is because they're overwhelmed. They don't have the bandwidth to do all of the things that they want to do. Well, I say it that way, but it could be that they just have a priority problem, right? It's prioritizing the things that you want to do. I've got my phone sitting here, I got my iPad sitting. I mean, all of these things are all things that are distracting from what it is that I need to be doing. Should they, and message pop up. So it could be that, but you're right. Friction is all of these distractions. It is a friction.
I had someone
And you're
today.
not the only one with 45 tabs open. I'll tell you, I did a training a month ago where the woman was sharing her desktop and we were going over the process for the training that we were doing. And she kept opening new tabs for the same app instead of just using the same tab. She just kept I'm like, girl, what are you doing? She goes, well, I just don't want to lose track of these steps. And I'm like, No, this is in the document. It's in, and it's like we we fall into patterns that feel comfortable, but they're not. That's where
Oh,
your
girl.
friction comes in. It's like that pattern, we're comfortable with the pain of the pattern versus the pain of changing the pattern. Does
Say
that make
that
sense?
again.
We're comfortable with the pain of the pattern versus the pain it would take to change the pattern.
Damn. Bam.
Do you want to write it down?
I got it. But the thing of it
Okay.
is that it seems so profound. I was
Mm-hmm.
just on a podcast with another woman, and she helps women in transition recreate their wardrobe to match who
Wow.
they want to be.
Dress for success, I guess, right?
Well, it's like for a woman
Oh,
who's a widow, instead of all black, add a few pieces of color and wear it and let everybody.
sure.
But the thing of it is, we don't design a life, we live an automatic inherited one. That's those patterns, right? That where you just go,
Yeah.
oh, there's a new thing, I'll do it. Oh, there's a new thing, I'll do it. And now I am like covered in new things, I'll do it. And what
Yeah.
happened to my peace of mind in my life by design instead of avalanche?
Yeah. Well, I think that's pretty typical for women as they get older. When they lose their husband or they divorce their husband, that's the pattern, right? I have the pattern of my son or my daughter comes home, I make dinner, we eat, we talk about blah blah blah. Then the kids grow up and they move out of the house, and then the spouse retires, and you're all of these patterns that you're used to that you lived for decades are altered because of that change in that pattern. And it's all in how we adjust to it. Is it oh my god, I have to spend every minute with this person? Do I really want to spend every minute with this person? But
But
that's the friction, right? Is that change is the friction, and no one likes change. I love change that jingles in my pocket, but I don't necessarily like change that makes me alter something that I'm comfortable with.
I think people say, do I want to change the way people think,
Mm.
not the way they act, right? Because your actions are your actions, but you don't have access to it until you see it. Until I
That's true.
saw that I'm taking 15 classes times $100 and
Hmm.
I still don't have any clients. And then I called Cheri and I go, Cheri, I need a GPT. And you were like, maybe not. And
That's
I'm
kind
like,
of the thing too, right? Is are the classes that you're taking related to the goals that you want to achieve, right?
not at all. But there is that fear of missing out. So
Yep.
I want
FOMO.
this to
It's
serve
real,
you.
right?
I'm going to give you the chance. If you were going to say to people, hey, listen up, what would you say? Because you see people all day long. What would you say?
Well, it depends. And that's what I would say is that it depends, right? Here's what happens when people come to me. They're looking for an easy button.
I want an
And
easy
and the prob
button. I want an
everyone
easy
wants an
button.
easy button or the silver bullet or the magic answer. And the problem is that for anything that is worth doing, there is work, right? So whether it's some usually people come to me when they want to automate something. I mean, yeah, I can talk about AI, I can talk about development and all of that other nerdy stuff, but it really comes to understanding what's required, the work that's required to get what you want to do. Whether it's, I really want to stop chasing the shiny objects, or I really want to stop um, doom scrolling, you know, like you said, when you recognize that's what you're doing, it's the easiest way to stop doing that. But when you're when you're looking for a solution to an answer, it depends on the goal. And it isn't just that, oh, I have a goal. It's like, how committed are you to that goal? Like, are you just interested in it or are you committed to it? I heard that from, I really do got to go back and find the guy's name. He was in The Secret, and I saw some other thing where he said, my dad used to ask me this question: are you interested or are you committed? And that's really, I mean, that was like, well, I remember it.
Yeah.
That tells you something. It's a saying that I remember. That's how important. But that's really what it comes down to, is like, how committed are you to implementing this? Then the next thing, depending on what it is, it could be you need to document your workflow. Nobody wants to document their workflow because it means you have to sit down, slow down, and document what you're doing. Now, there's lots of ways of making that easier, right? You could use Scribe, I think is one of the apps that I've seen, but you can use Loom, or you can use Zoom, you can use Snagit. I mean, there are so many different apps to documenting your workflow. So if I could say anything to anyone, beyond it depends, it would be, if you're committed to the goal, do the work. If you're just interested, go do something else because you're wasting your time. You really need to be committed to the goal to be able to accomplish it.
Well, that's not good news.
Well,
I
I'm not all
wanted an easy
sunshine and
button.
I'm I'm not all sunshine and rainbows, woman. I
Well,
may
here,
be gay, but I'm not all about the rainbow. We'll just put it that way.
no, I know. But the one thing I know is that you have integrity.
Yeah, it's
I
important to me.
love that. It's so
Yeah.
refreshing. Like I think the whole world of integrity has kind of slipped where we're all
Yeah.
sort of flying around, and when somebody says I have an appointment at this, maybe they do, maybe they don't. I got a 50-50. But when it's
Well,
you, thank you for showing up on time, and thank you for being,
of
first of all,
course.
thank you for being you, because what you don't realize is the voice of reason that shows up authentically every time you speak. It's
Well, thank you
really
for saying so.
refreshing. And I've been watching your podcasts or your lives on Facebook,
Mm-hmm.
which I recommend everybody do.
Who haven't done one in a while. I do my
Well,
daily videos. You can find my daily videos on YouTube or Facebook or Instagram. I
under Hot
in
Hand
fact
Media.
yeah, yeah, yeah. I think the YouTube channel is at Cheri Stockton.
Okay.
But you can find me. I mean, if you really want to find me, you can find me. But yeah, every day I post every day at least one video. I post every day, social media. I actually have, four automations that run every day to post information, tips and tricks, and different ways of thinking of things, different things to think about, when you're running your business and things like that. So there's a lot of information out there. Um,
Well, I could take the transcript of any one of your daily posts, run them through the friction filter, and it's friction on this. It's
mhm.
friction on technology. And I'm just going to end by saying this very interesting, I'm 70, right? And
So you tell me.
I am. And it ticks me off when people are using technical humiliation.
Oh yeah, yeah.
I
Girl,
got I got an
we could talk
email.
for a long time
I know,
about that.
but I'm just going
That
to
really
say I
is
got an
annoying.
email from, because it's really a good explanation of what I'm talking about. It says billing error. You're about to lose whatever it is.
Oh, that's when you delete.
Well, I
That's
went
deleting.
because I thought, here's the deal.
It's how the hackers get you, girlfriend.
But if you make it mean something about you, you're in their suck system, right? So I
Yeah.
called the vendor and I said, hey, did my credit card not go through or what's up? And he goes, oh, no. That's what we send everybody when your URL is about to expire. I
Yeah.
literally took 20 minutes of my day to make a phone call. Now, you should teach us how to just delete.
Oh my God, girlfriend. I have my wife is like that, right? She gets all kinds of emails or something will pop up when she's on a particular web page and she would click it and I'm like, "Don't number 1, don't click any link from a place that you don't know what it is. If you don't know what it is, close it because 9 times out of 10 if it's something important, they will send you snail mail before they will send you a pop-up or they will text you or they will call you, right? She just got something the other day from somebody saying they were the IRS, right? So all of that stuff is like, if it doesn't make sense, don't call, don't click, uh, don't, yeah, don't. Just
Now,
don't.
here's what's funny about someone in my era.
Uh huh.
We
Well,
were
you're not that
taught,
much older than me, girlfriend.
well, how
You
old
may
are
not
you?
know it, but you're not. I'll turn 60. Wait, how old am I? 62? I think
Okay.
62.
We were taught to be nice.
Yeah. We were taught that, but we don't have to be that, girlfriend. We might have been,
Well,
I mean, we were taught a lot of things. We were taught a lot of things, right? I saw Trevor Noah. I don't know if you know who that is, but he
mm-mm.
was on the Daily Show for a while. He's a comedian. He said something that was really interesting in that Disney taught us that at the end of every story, there's always a happy ending. And that's why a lot of us feel like we don't understand what's happening with the administration because we weren't raised to say, hey, the bad guy is going to come in and make a mess of things, like Scar did when he killed Mufasa, in The Lion King, and then uh, uh, oh my god, I'm just brain farting the name of the kid, but then he comes back and fixes everything, right? So we're just like, well, how did that happen in the first place? How did that happen in the first place? Right? And that's really what it is. It's like we're always gonna feel like the good guy's gonna come in and clean up the mess, but is he? Can
Well,
he?
not only that, but this white knight is coming and he's going to make all the difference. I did a post the other day, no one's coming
That's
and I'm
right.
capable.
Yep.
Oh
Yep.
my gosh, that changes the whole world.
It really does. Well, it can if you let it, right? You're letting it. But we need all the women who feel like they can't to realize that they can. They just need to believe it. Just believe it. You can. Don't say, as long as you say you can't, you
You
cannot.
can.
But the moment you say I can, there's a magical thing that happens when you say I can.
Well, and I like the story of if I inherited a Victorian house, does that require me to keep the drapes? Like I've inherited a lot of stories and I can get rid
Mhm.
of the damn drapes.
You can.
They're
You
musty
can.
and they don't fit me anymore. And that's not what I'm
Well, you
about.
could at least get them cleaned, right? Ew. Ew.
So we live in a lot of inherited beliefs, and
Yep. Yep.
you are, I'm going to close with this.
Okay.
You are an inspiration to me.
I am. Wow.
I
That's
listen
great.
to
That's
your sayings. I watch your integrity. I know who you are and I see how hard you serve. And that is an inspiration to me.
I appreciate that, Sandy, because I'll tell you, I worked in corporate for a long time. And while people like you appreciate it, customers appreciate it, the people that were internal didn't. They
I
felt like,
know.
you need to be that corporate robot, that stiff person who toes the corporate line and doesn't have a personality of their own and everything. So I really appreciate when it's recognized that having that ability to say, well, maybe that won't work for you. Let's figure out what can work for you is a good thing.
So this is your big moment. You ready?
I'm ready.
Tell every woman who refuses to disappear what one thing you would say.
Oh, I would say, I think I said it already.
Say it again, because it's your
Stop.
moment.
Start saying I can. Start saying I can. Manifest the shit out of it, right? Manifest, manifest. It works. It works. I'll tell you a quick story, right?
Tell
I
me.
lived in I lived in Washington, and my current wife, or I should say my wife, uh,
How many
my
wives do
wife
you have?
lived in California. This was almost 40 years ago, and she was still in the closet, right? But we were kind of talking and whatever, and I moved back to California to be with her, but she was like, no, no, don't move, don't move. But I manifested our relationship because I felt so powerful that I knew that we were going to be together, that I manifested it. That means that you can do that too. You just got to believe hard enough that that is possible. Feel the feeling that you have it already. Bring it to you, manifest it, and you can have it, whether it's a new wardrobe or something. I need to manifest a winning lottery ticket. We'll just put it that way,
Or a
right?
workflow, God forbid.
Or yeah, I just I'm a real strong believer in feel the positive energy, be the positive energy, and good things will boomerang back to you. I promise you. I promise you that it will. Even if it feels hard, you can do it. You can do it.
Now look at you being so inspirational. Hey, Cheri
I feel
Stockton,
it in my heart. It's easy to do, right?
I do know. And my wish is that every woman would be relieved of everything that isn't hers so she can get
It's
on with
hard.
the life
Yeah.
she wants for herself to her very last breath.
Yeah. I'm with you on that one. 100%.
Thank you for
100%.
being
You
with
can
me.
have it. Yeah, thank you for having me. I really appreciate
Mwah.
it. It was fun.
So good. Talk to you later.
All right, take care.
Bye. Thanks for tuning in to Pink Lady Posse Podcast, where women go from what now to what's next. Come join us at pinkladyposse.com, where we share community, resources, and tools to support your next beautiful chapter. With love, light, and a little lipstick. See you next time.